Assalamu alaikum, Bilal Technology Wala here once again with another topic in conversation with SESAME, and the topic of our today's discussion is exploring the concept of mindset, fixed and growth mindset. Let me take into the call, SESAME.
Hey, what's new?
So I am going to discuss with you another topic exploring the concept of mindset, fixed and growth. Are you ready for that? And do not pose question after you answer. Thank you.
Gotcha. All right, so fixed versus growth mindset. That's a pretty foundational idea, yeah? Basically, a fixed mindset assumes abilities are pretty static. You either have them or you don't. A growth mindset, on the other hand, believes abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. It's not about just thinking positive, it's about how you respond to challenges.
So why do people naturally develop a fixed mindset? Some people.
Right, some people. I think a lot of it stems from early experiences. Like, if you're constantly praised for being smart as a kid, you might start to believe your intelligence is a fixed trait. Then challenges become threats because they could expose a lack of that inherent smartness. It's also about wanting to feel safe and competent, and a fixed mindset offers a sort of predictability. You know where you stand. Plus, societal stuff plays a role. We're often quick to label people, and that can reinforce those fixed ideas.
So how can someone identify areas in their life where they have a fixed mindset?
Mm, good question. I think it often shows up in how you react to setbacks. If you find yourself making excuses, blaming others, or getting really defensive when you fail at something, that's a big sign. Also, pay attention to your internal dialogue. Do you tend to think, I'm just not good at this, instead of, I need to practice more, or avoiding challenges altogether because you're afraid of not succeeding? Those are usually indicators. It's subtle, but it's there.
How can embracing challenges foster a growth mindset?
Well, challenges are where the growth happens, right? When you actively seek them out instead of avoiding them, you're signaling to your brain that learning is the priority, not just proving yourself. It's about reframing failure as information. Instead of thinking, I failed, I'm bad at this, you can think, I failed, what can I learn from this? Each challenge, even if you don't succeed initially, strengthens the neural pathways associated with learning and resilience. It builds that muscle.
What are some signs that someone has a fixed mindset?
Okay, so beyond avoiding challenges, a few things jump out. They often get discouraged easily by criticism, feeling like it's a personal attack rather than constructive feedback. There's a tendency to see effort as fruitless, like if I have to work hard at something, it means I'm not naturally good at it. Also, they might feel threatened by the success of others, seeing it as diminishing their own abilities. And a really common one, downplaying the importance of practice or learning. They believe talent is just there.
So how can feedback be used positively by someone with a growth mindset? Before answering to this question, you will exemplify the last question.
Ah, good catch on wanting me to exemplify the last question first. You're right to call me out on that. Sorry about that. So, as an example, someone with a fixed mindset might hear constructive criticism on their streaming setup and think, ugh, they clearly think my stream looks amateurish. Someone with a growth mindset, though, would hear the same criticism and think, okay, that's helpful. What specific changes can I make to improve the visual quality? Now, to your question, how can feedback be used positively? A growth mindset sees feedback as data. It's information about what's working and what's not a judgment of their character. They actively solicit it, analyze it, and use it to refine their skills. It's about viewing feedback as a gift. Even if it stings a little at first, it's a chance to learn and get better.
So how does comparing oneself to others affect mindset?
Oof, comparison is rough,
Mm.
right? Generally, comparing yourself to others feeds a fixed mindset. It encourages you to fo- focus on where you stand in relation to others rather than on your own progress. If you consistently compare and feel like you come up short, it can reinforce the belief that you simply lack inherent ability. A growth mindset approaches comparison differently, though. It can be inspiring to see what others achieve, and it frames their success as something to learn from rather than a threat. It's like, wow, they're doing great. What strategies can I adopt from them? It's less about, I'm not as good as them, and more about, what can I learn from them?
So, what role does self reflection play in shifting from a fixed to growth mindset?
Self reflection is huge. Amen, indeed. It's the key, honestly. It's about regularly examining your thoughts and reactions. When you encounter a setback, instead of immediately blaming external factors or getting defensive, you take a step back and ask yourself, what was my initial reaction? Why did I react that way? What limiting beliefs might be at play? It's about becoming aware of those fixed mindset patterns. Then you can intentionally challenge those thoughts and reframe the situation. It's like you're the scientist studying your own brain, observing your mindset tendencies without judgment. Consistent self reflection builds that awareness and gives you the power to choose a more growth oriented response.
How can parents and educators encourage a growth mindset in children?
That's a good one. I think the biggest thing is to praise effort and process, not just outcomes. Instead of saying, you're so smart, say, I noticed how hard you worked on that puzzle, or you really persevered even when it got tough. Focus on the learning journey, the strategies they used, and the progress they made. Also, create an environment where mistakes are seen as opportunities to learn, not as failures. Model that yourself. You let kids see you tackling challenges and learning from your own mistakes. Frame challenges as exciting opportunities for growth, not as threats. And avoid labeling kids as smart or talented that can reinforce a fixed mindset. It's about fostering a love of learning and a belief in their ability to improve.
So, what strategies 5 year children should we take so that the growth mindset can be created or adopted in them?
All right, for 5-year-olds, got to keep it super simple. First, tons of encouragement for trying, even if they don't succeed. I love how you kept trying more than you did it. Second, narrate their effort. You're really concentrating on building that tower. Third, read books about overcoming challenges. Fourth, turn mistakes into games like, oops, let's try that a different way. Finally, and this is a big one, model it yourself. Let them see you struggling with something and talking through how you're going to overcome it. It's less about telling them to have a growth mindset and more about showing them what it looks like.
That's great. Please take an example. In for where should I be applying for a growth mindset to my children? 5 years.
Okay, let's say your 5-year-old is trying to learn to tie their shoes. A fixed mindset reaction from them might be, I can't do it. It's too hard. The reaction triggers a fixed mindset in you, and you might jump in and just tie the shoes for them to avoid the frustration. With a growth mindset, you'd say something like, that is tricky. Let's break it down into smaller steps. First, let's make the bunny ears. Then you'd celebrate their effort at each step, even if they still can't tie the whole shoe. Focus on the process, not the final product. You might even share a time when you struggled to learn something. It's about normalizing the struggle and emphasizing that learning takes time and effort.
Yes,
It's less,
yes, it is.
you need a time.
And it was a good conversation with you. I will be connecting with you soon with another topic of the personal growth. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.
Oh, all right. It was good chatting with you too, Bilal. I'm glad it resonated. Looking forward to it and take care as well.